It's something I'm really excited about, and it's a podcast, and we've actually already recorded 5 episodes. So, let me know what you think. If you'd like to be my sugar mama though, I am accepting applications. What's up everybody? Welcome back to the OWWC Rod and Gun Club. I call this little corner of my house the Rod and Gun Club because I have a gun safe and a rod rack behind me. Today it's time to do a little channel update and kind of a year in review and set some goals for 2018. And first off, just want to wish you guys all a really awesome 2018. Hope you guys had a good 2017. To me, 2017 was kind of a funky year. I mean, just everything was funky about it. Politically, this country was funky. Socially, this country was just funky. And for me personally, 2017 had some really awesome times for my channel. It had a moment there where I almost decided to pull the plug on YouTube, all just walk away. And if you didn't watch that video, there would be a card for that. You can watch that sometime later if you want to. But we set some goals at the end of 2016 for 2017. Several of them we hit. A couple of them were fishing related goals. A couple of them were channel related. And overall, I'm extremely happy and satisfied with where we got as a channel. And I'm gonna set some new goals for the channel and some new fishing goals. Okay, so those fishing goals, let's just chat about that really quick. I had set a goal to catch a double-digit bass from the kayak. I failed in that. I did catch quite a few good-sized fish, lots of 5-pounders, several 6-pounders. I caught my personal best, which was 7. I was really hoping to catch that 10-pound bass, and you know, I feel like I put myself in position to do so. It just didn't happen. So I think possibly once I actually had potentially a double-digit fish strike my lure, and I did a hook set on slack line and just broke the line off. So it was a huge fish. It didn't make it into a video, but whatever. That is still going to be a goal of mine though going forward into 2018. I think it's a great goal. The first double-digit bass I catch, I'm going to take a bunch of photographs and measurements, and I'm going to put it up on a wall just because for me that's going to be a big accomplishment. We had the goal of fishing in 4 different states, and we exceeded that goal. I fished in Idaho when I was up elk hunting, did a little bank fishing on the St. Joe River, fished in Washington out of my kayak and a little boat of my dad's. That was awesome because I actually had 3 generations in the boat at one point with my son, who caught some brook trout, his first brook trout, not his first rainbow, but caught some rainbows. So it was me, my dad, and my son in the boat together, and it was just awesome. You know, it was really cool to have that experience. I also fished in Oregon, and I did quite a bit of fishing in Oregon this year. Fished with my buddy Dean. Dean and I, you know, Dean's just a cool dude. I enjoy spending time with that dude and fishing with them, and gonna have quite a bit of that in 2018. I caught some nice big red band when I was out with him. We had a day where we went out and caught a ton of crappie, probably between the 5 of us that were out fishing that day. Tom, the barefoot fisherman, went with me on that trip. Between all of us, we probably caught 300 fish. We didn't keep that many. We probably kept about 50. So had a huge fish fry, made some fish tacos that night. It was awesome. Came home with a bunch of crappie, which tasted delicious. Anyways, Oregon was good to me this year. Looking forward to more Oregon fishing next year. I fished in California, of course. I even made a video on why the California Delta needs to be on your bucket list for bass fishing. You should check that out. I'll have a card where you can click on that sometime. I don't know how cards work really, but I'll have a card. And I fished in North Carolina with a couple of awesome dudes, Steve from Adventure Outdoors and Thomas from Southern Outdoors Fishing. Met those guys through Pawn Operation kind of, and just through YouTube. Those guys are awesome, and Steve has kind of been a little bit of a YouTube mentor for me, and you know, he's just a good dude. Thomas is a great guy. I feel pretty blessed to have been able to spend some time with them out in North Carolina fishing. I didn't catch a redfish, that's what I was kind of after, but I did catch quite a few other fish, which kind of brings me to the next thing on the list. I had a goal of catching 15 different species, and I just caught a couple days ago a lingcod, which put me at like, I think 17 or 18. So I've caught striped bass, largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, spotted bass. I caught a meanmouth, so that's a hybrid, but I won't count that. I've caught red band trout, rainbow trout, cutthroat trout, brook trout, lake trout. I caught a black drum, caught a lingcod, caught whiting, croaker, blue crab, crappie, bluegill, and warmouth. I think that's 17. I think I missed one somewhere. I was really hoping to catch a surf perch out on the Pacific Ocean, and maybe a crab out, like a Dungeness or something like that, out on the Pacific Ocean from the beach, but that didn't happen. Smash that. My goal for 2017 is going to be 20 species. I think that's doable. It's going to be tough. I'm going to have to travel a little bit, but I think I can do it. So those were my fishing goals for 2017. I think I did pretty good on them. I don't know. I had some channel goals. One of my goals was to get to 5,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Kind of fell short on that. Right now, I'm looking at my notes. Right now we're at 4,567, which is awesome. And thank you to everybody who has subscribed. Thank you if you watch the videos. I really, really do appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I put a lot of time into this stuff, and when you guys watch, when you click that like button, when you comment, when you subscribe, all of that just means a lot to me. So thank you guys for doing that. So we didn't hit that goal. We were shy by about 400 and something, but that's okay. When I started 2017, we were at 2,370, about 2,360 something like that. So about 2,200 of you decided to subscribe in 2017, and that's awesome. Thank you. In 2017, we had 500,000 channel views, which is huge for me. That's awesome. I'm almost at 1 million channel views. I know there are channels that get 1 million views on their videos, but you know, for a small channel like me, you know, almost hitting 1 million, that's a big milestone. So thank you guys for watching the videos. I also had a goal of doing about 2 video uploads per week. And I smashed that one pretty good too. I believe I uploaded about 150 videos in 2017. There's 52 weeks in the year, so that's about almost 3 videos every week. And I kind of want to keep that pace going, but at the same time, I really don't want to, you know, feel like I'm forcing it with videos that I don't want to do or you guys might not want to watch. You know what I mean? I just don't really want to do that, so I'm going to try to keep pumping out some good content and stuff that I think you guys might like. So in 2017, we started doing more live streams. I had a couple of guys on as guests, whether that was my buddy from Sly Fox Tactical, whether it was Southern Gunner, which him and I have had a lot of fun doing live streams, and I've done some other live streams where it's just me streaming. And you know, you guys seem to typically like those. So I'm thinking I'll probably start doing some more of those, but I'd like to hear in the comment section down below what you guys think about that. So let me know, what do you guys want to see? Do you want to see more live streams once a month? You know, what do you want? What are you guys looking for? Something I was thinking about doing was picking out a kind of a person in the YouTube or, you know, some sort of scene. So like Southern Gunner, he's got a YouTube channel, but he's huge on Instagram, and just talking to him and getting to know him a little bit better, I thought was really cool. I mean, he did a little tour of his little room where he records videos and talked about some of the antiques that he had and just history, like his history, his personal history, and you know, I thought that was a really cool video, and I'd like to do more of that, where it's just kind of interviewing people as the people they are, you know what I mean? Like, why do they do YouTube? You know, why do they like the outdoors? You know, that type of stuff, and just kind of kind of get into the minds of individual people. Not really talk about me or a topic as much, but have that topic be those people. It's something I'm fleshing out in my head. Something I kind of want to do. Let me know if that's something that might interest you guys. Another thing that I'm thinking about has to do with my cup here. As you can see, I have censored my cup with some electrical tape. I cussed a lot in 2017 on my videos, and I didn't really make too many qualms about it. A couple days ago, I was at my kids' after school program. They go there, they do their homework while I'm out working and stuff, and they have a bunch of kids there, and there's some teachers there, and the teachers were kind of like, oh, hey, I saw your video, da 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 da, and, you know, kind of talked about it a little bit, and I know my kids have told their friends that I have a channel, and they'll show them the videos that they're in, which I don't really cuss when I'm around my kids much. And I just kind of started thinking, there's kids watching this. And if I know for me personally, when my kids are watching YouTube, if there's a curse word that comes out of a video, they're told immediately to turn it off. Like, I monitor what my kids watch. Now, I know that it's not my responsibility to monitor what other kids do or to censor myself for the sake of other kids, but I kind of think that I'm gonna start doing that. So, I'm not sure. I'm not really positive where I'm going to go with this. I'm kind of interested in what you guys think. Now, I'll probably still drop a, you know, it sucks, you know what I mean? Or whatever occasionally. But I'm thinking you're just going to hear this instead. So, let me know what you think. That adds a little bit of time on the editing side, but it's time I've got, so shouldn't be a big deal. So yeah, 2017 was awesome. I met some great friends. I talked already about Steve and Thomas out in North Carolina. Met some awesome dudes locally who like to kayak fish. You know, Matt from Yankee Tanker Outdoors, a guy named Lucas that I fished with a few times, a guy named Nick I fished with a few times, and just Bet, Avina, I mean, just a bunch of guys I've met, and, you know, I've started to make some friendships. The dude who helped me out when I got my finger stuck with the treble hook, Chris, you know, he and I fished together once, and we'll fish together again. Greg Blanchard, fished with him. He's a super cool dude. And I've just really made some good friendships through YouTube and through the comment section and through, you know, people sending me messages on my Facebook page or through Instagram and just all of that stuff. Like, that's really what makes YouTube kind of cool, the community aspect of it. And that's what kept me here going when I thought about stopping. So, you know, I really want to just dive in on that. A goal that I always have is to respond to every comment in the comment section. I did have some kind of nasty ones this year. You know, haters gonna hate. I'm gonna keep that a goal. You know, my channel's not too big, so responding to every comment isn't an issue. You know, I also met Ish with Fish. Ish is just a cool dude. He's just a good guy. So, you know, did a lot of fishing in 2017. And I'm going to tell you, expect more fishing in 2018. I'm going to try to do more tournaments. I actually entered, I think, 10 tournaments last year. And they were the month-long variety, so a month-long challenge. And I finished in the top 10 9 times. I took first 2 times, I think, second once, third once, and then the rest were top 10 finishes. There was one where I finished 34th, but there were 150 anglers or so. And I also qualified for the 2018 Kayak Bass Fishing National Championships. And I thought about going, but I've decided not to. It would have been kind of cool, but at the same time, there was just a lot of cost involved in that. It was going to cost thousands of dollars to get there, stay there. You know, it just didn't make sense. So financially, you know, I'm not independently wealthy. I have to make good financial decisions. I have kids, you know, that type of stuff. I don't have a spouse that is my sugar mama. If you'd like to be my sugar mama, though, I am accepting applications. I am still going to do camping videos and camping gear, outdoor stuff, gear reviews, but the fishing thing is just kind of like taking over my mind. Like I'm really loving fishing. So there's a bunch of stuff that I'm really excited about for 2018. One thing that I haven't talked about that I've been working on behind the scenes with my buddy Dean is a little project that he and I are working on together. And Dean's a good friend of mine now that we met through fishing, but he's become a pretty good friend of mine. And it's something I'm really excited about, and it's a podcast. And we've actually already recorded 5 episodes. It hasn't officially launched yet, but it should be launching here pretty soon. And it's called Yak Tactics. We have an Instagram for Yak Tactics. We have a Facebook page for Yak Tactics. So links to that stuff, go follow it right now. We're gonna be dropping some really informative stuff for kayak fishermen. You know, we're gonna have guests on. We had Hank from Bass Geek Fishing on, and Hank was just awesome. Another guy that I met through YouTube this past year. Through Pond Hopper Nation actually. But we're gonna be really getting into the down and dirty tactics for catching fish. And as you guys know, we don't just focus on one species, we are multi-species fishermen. So we're gonna try to cover everything. And if there's something we don't know, we're gonna bring in a guest for it, okay? And it's gonna be pretty fun. And from that, we have some plans to go beyond that. But first, we're just gonna start with this podcast. And I think it's gonna be really good because it's gonna be pretty educational, pretty entertaining, I think. Listen to podcasts, there's a lot of fishing podcasts out there, and it's all kind of like, oh yeah, I caught this fish the other day, da 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 da. You know what I mean? It doesn't really get into the how, the why, the fish. I mean, we dive into the fish and talk about the fish as a species, what it does, why it eats what it eats. You know, we'll talk about a fishery and, you know, talk about the forage that's in the fishery. We talk about all sorts of stuff so that, you know, it all paints a full picture. So stay tuned for that. If you guys are into fishing at all, if you're into kayak fishing, I highly recommend it. But if you're into fishing at all, I think it's something that'll help make you a better fisherman. And yeah, 2018, gosh, there's just so much going on. I'm really excited for 2018. Yeah, I guess I have some goals now. We have the fishing goals of catching 20 species, which is gonna be tough, but I think it's doable. I want to fish again. I think 5 different states is a good goal for this year. Also, I'd like to catch that 10-pound bass. That'd be good. I'm gonna try to keep that pace of about 2.5 to 3 video average per week. So that's kind of my goal. I'm gonna try to keep putting out what I consider entertaining and decent content. I mean, that's all subjective. I'm going to reply to every comment in the comment section. That's the other goal. So as far as other channel goals, I don't really have any. After I had that kind of aha moment, I just decided that I'm not gonna focus on subscriber counts, views, that type of stuff. Like if I have a video that does really well, I'll be happy about it personally, but I'm not gonna really focus on that. So I'm not setting view goals or subscriber goals this year, and I'm just gonna run with that, see how it works. So I guess that's about it. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback. What do you guys wanna see more of on the channel? Fishing, camping, firearm stuff, live streams, interviews. Let me know what you think about that, doing an interview with somebody that I think is interesting, you know what I mean? And kind of getting to know them a little bit better. What do you guys think? Thank you guys again for all of your support. It means a lot to me. I do this for me, but I do it for subscribers as well, especially you hardcore folks that, comment frequently and that type of stuff. So I really do appreciate it. I really hope that you guys have a great 2018. I hope that you guys can get out, enjoy nature, catch fish, go camping, spend time with family and friends, disconnect a little bit from, phones and, all of that stuff, and just get outside, take a breath of fresh air, and enjoy yourself. I hope that 2018 is prosperous, healthy, and filled with a lot of laughter and friends and family. Thank you guys as always for watching, and thanks for getting out west with Chris.